Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you. What is the point? I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
By the way, if you're an elf, they act a lot nicer to you, especially if you're a Dalish elf.
The cities are very large. Thousands upon thousands of souls, all packed together in their houses.
If you're
is that true?
An elf that's from a human city, they talk about you more like you're some weird, like...
No, I could
like
never
a
leave
mutt,
the clan.
basically.
My duties here are important to my people. I try to imagine those of our people.
Like I said,
living in such a
humans
place,
love
surrounded by
being in
walls
their
of
niche
stone
little
and
club and
indifference.
shitting on outsiders.
These are
It's
elves.
a difficult thought.
And they shit on people that aren't elves.
Mm.
Especially that aren't Dalish. Like,
Yeah,
if you're an elf...
that's what I'm saying.
If you're
Like-
an elf that just grew up around humans, now the Dalish elves think less of you.
Yeah.
You were saying that humans were shitting on others. That's backwards in this situation.
Better for our people, yes. It is said that one day we will have... When that day comes, I have a question. If it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Shall I explain?
Yeah.
Okay. I think she's probably explained some of it already.
A little bit.
But basically, once upon a time, elves owned a whole bunch of shit.
Then humans came out
Then
of nowhere.
humans came along and they're like, hey, I could put a kingdom right fucking here. But that conflicted with the presence of the elves, which weren't entirely hostile, but they weren't entirely like, yeah, let's live in peace, cooperation, we're so friendly. So there was some conflicts of interest, there was many wars, much fighting, and the humans eventually basically got all the lands of the elves, and the true elves were basically forced to now roam as Dalish tribes that never stay in one place. Most people don't even think they exist. They're like a myth to most people.
So basically they combine elves, the gypsies, and the Native Americans.
But there are still elves that people know where they are, and a lot of humans feel bad for what previous humans have done.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they do things like, for example, making an entire elven district in the city dedicated to giving elves somewhere to live and, prosper as a way to, make up for the fact that the elves' numbers were way more than decimated, basically. 90% cut as a result of the, basically, golden ages of humans making their own kingdoms.
Yeah.
So yes, they combined a whole bunch of things together.
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept, even if only some were in favor of what was done to them. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions? I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from. My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Servant, huh? As a little girl. Okay. That's not dark at all, whatsoever.
Do I? It's taken many years of reflection to come to terms with it, to forgive what those men did to me. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more. The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits.
They killed one guy and spent an entire month to get revenge.
I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since. It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity.
What's a keeper?
I'm not sure what lies down that road,
The
except
leader of
pain,
the clan.
however.
Oh.
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks
But you're
of
not
the
even technically
nobility that
Dalish.
once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the
Dalish
strongest
is
and
a
purest blood
tribe,
that reaches
yeah.
back to the days of our
Okay.
not
life.
a
I had to
nationality.
compete against the other
Okay, well,
candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood. No, Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future. They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless. It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal.
Huh?
We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Did you hear that? It's a weird, yeah.
Don't know what that was.
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
So, not really.
You will not find proof of this, pretty much, like, anywhere.
In time
It's just
and with seclusion.
what they believe.
Okay.
We Dalish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Not to
This
my
is like
knowledge.
a proper, like, you know,
According to the
not
old
modern
tales,
society
the
where
human
everyone's
race saved
prejudices
Arlathan.
and their beliefs are
Yes,
based on something
after
that
a
someone
millennium of
told them
slavery, on
that they
Arlathan
can't even
himself
look up. I mean, there's no internet.
Yeah.
the makers chose.
You can't even look up to see any of
We
this.
worship the
No matter how
creators,
much
as we
in-depth
always
research
have.
you do, your
We
research
give
is...
thanks to
You
Andraste
may go up to that guy over there.
for
Hey, you
We
heard
do
you
not
hear about
worship
this?
her.
You can
Or
literally
God.
lie, but because your lie is actually printed in a book or a scroll, it has to be taken as fact because there's no way to disprove it because it's the only written account of it.
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though Arlathan fought, they lost.
Oh, blood magic was fine back then.
One wonders
Tevinter
why we weren't
is
more
still
prepared
mage
when
run.
humans
Yeah,
conquered
still
this
mage
great
run.
Yeah.
homeland. We will be more cautious if we ever have a third.
One of the reasons blood magic is not liked is one of the reasons that magic is not liked by humans, because they hate the Tevinter and they hate everything the Tevinter did.
That was our second homeland. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the... They called it the Long Walk. They reached the...
Oh, the
Dales
Trail of
and made it
Tears,
their
okay.
own. And one day it was taken from us too. And you wonder why we are hostile. Aren't you? You're human. And
That's
as many of them,
racist!
You represent the humiliations our people have suffered for generations.
You
may not have been
weren't
personally
even
responsible, but
born.
feelings are not easily
Dalish.
overruled by logic or fairness.
You joined them. They didn't even like you.
Oh? Perhaps this may change one day.
She's literally
But I believe
saying,
the humans
what
were
I
the-
heard about
If
humans
your own
with
past
no
help our
proof,
plan is certain-
I'm
certainly
basically gonna blame you for, because you're a human,
without
and I
a
can
keeper,
see
The
you.
clan's knowledge,
Yeah.
nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself.
That is literally the
He's
same
also
exact
a very
concept
good man
as
who
a black
lost
guy
much.
pointing at a
The Dalish
random,
are everything
not
to
even
him,
white,
and he
but
would do
guy that
anything to
isn't
protect
black on the street and saying, you caused slavery.
I really
It's your
shouldn't talk
fault.
about that.
Meanwhile, it was the black people that enslaved the black people, but
Yeah.
we like to forget that fact. We like to forget the fact that they enslaved each other. The Europeans showed up in the middle of this, and the tribe leaders that actually won their wars looked at the Europeans and said, hey,
Can we buy those?
you wanna... No, it's not, can we buy this? Hey, do you wanna buy these? Not only did Europeans get into slavery, like, last, they also ended it first.
I wonder why they ain't. What are you doing?
Europeans have
You've warped the world
record-breaking times of stopping
Out of the
every
rain.
atrocious
No,
act humans
Master
have ever thought to
Ferrothorn,
commit.
I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenland.
This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need? Yes. There is a large chest by the Referral, where I put everything we could spare. Feel free to sort through it and take whatever you need. I have nothing left that the clan could spare, but I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our find. I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will. That would please me.
I think if you find some and bring it to him, he'll literally make. You get to choose exactly what you want him to make out of it, basically. Hey, Alistair, what's it like to literally have
What do you
electricity
And why is he wearing metal?
just up your ass all the time?
God, this place is huge.
Those Hala certainly are proud and beautiful. It's as though they realize how special they are.
Who comes?
Me, baby.
I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
It's me.
My name is Alora. I am the master herder in charge of caring for the Hala. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Hala are vital to us. They are the noble beasts that pull our Referral, what humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Referral with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of... I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming. And? What do you think?
You're right. This animal is suffering.
I am glad you attempted it, regardless. I will watch.
Even the class you pick can decide so much of what you can interact with and do in the world.
Yeah.
Which encourages multiple playthroughs.
Andaran Atishan, outsider. I am Gaina. Is there something you need from me?
I love gingers.
I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try.
Do the carpets master drapes?
Master Verathorn should have what you need. You should speak to Lanaya. You would be best to speak to Referral. Zathrian? He has been our keeper since long before He keeps us safe. And
Funny.
he keeps the knowledge of our people safe. So we may bring it to all of our people one day. The ways of our ancestors, of course. From the time of our Lathan. From the other clans. And from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere to the Flat Ears, those who live with the humans. When we have a new homeland to settle in, we shall teach all elves the
So
ways
they call
they have
elves
forgotten.
who live with humans flat ears?
Yes.
Yes.
Like I said, you're calling the humans all these things? No. The elves are too. The elves are all of these things
There is
too.
little harm in my belief.
This world has no good and no bad. It's not perfectly drawn like a fucking novel paradise where here's the good guy, here's the bad guy, here's the racist, here's the anti-racist. No, it's here's the racist, here's the other racist.
Everyone's a little bit racist. It's true.
Just like real life, even the people that call themselves anti-racist well, they tend to be more racist than anybody that they even call racist.
Your face is really round, and
Anathara,
your ears are
Grey
so
Warden.
tiny.
So you're the Grey Warden who was
Anathara,
supposed
Grey
to
Warden.
save
Hello.
us?
Most people
If you
that stand
wonder
up against racism today
We understand
think like the
you are
worst
venturing into the haunted
of black
forest
people.
to save our brethren.
funny.
I suspect your efforts.
You can't
will be
need
in
ID
vain.
to vote. Black
An
people don't know
entire
how to
group
get
of
to
our
the
hunters went into
DMV.
the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
Remember when they were calling math
And you
racist?
are
Yeah.
very brave.
Because
It's
black
too
people
hard.
were
Such
apparently
place, even
not
knowing
as good as math,
You are-
so it was racist.
Forgive me, Grey
That's
Warden.
literally
Perhaps
just
I can
if you're
yet make
saying
amends.
black people are bad at math.
Stay while I spin a
That
tale
is
for our
how
children,
can you even
and then
claim
I
to
will tell you
not
of the
be
forest if you desire.
what you're saying other people are?
I think vision is racist because vision lets you see what people's colors are. So we need to get rid of all sight. Every human needs to have their eyes removed.
I like how over the 10 years it's gone from like oh, embrace
That is too bad.
diversity,
I certainly
but
do not
race
want to
doesn't
keep you from your
exist.
promises, however, so
You
by
know,
all means.
we need to make things more available to women, but
Is there something
there's
you
no
need?
difference between the
I
genders.
know a few types. You wish?
It's just back and forth.
Tell you what I know. Our legends say that before the Shemlin came,
human.
the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors.
Discrimination.
Predated even our oldest
That's just
homeland.
human beings. Just
People
we
of
are
the Imperium came
inherently
here and gave
not
the forest
okay.
its name. If they found traces of our ancestors,
Most people are just the
we
big
cannot
dumb.
say.
Yes.
If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many
Most
battles
just
were
do
fought.
what their friends are doing.
The
These
fact
trees
that the
grow
Tide
upon the
Pod
graves of
challenge
those who
was
fell,
even a
Shemlin and
thing,
elves both.
that people even momentarily considered that was a good idea, tells me the human race is fucking
Because
stupid.
most people just do what their friends do. They don't think about it. They don't. My friend's doing
So
Tide
what?
Pod challenge. Well, I'm gonna do it too.
The
That's
Shemlin
that's
know the
so
beyond
cool.
is the
Everyone's
fate.
doing it.
The place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into
Go
our
back a
world
certain amount of
freely.
years. Oh,
The legends say
I can buy a
when the great
slave. I
tribe
mean,
of
everyone's
the
buying a slave.
came
Why?
with a fang,
Why wouldn't I?
passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
So, werewolves are demon-possessed wolves?
No.
So
He
Zathrian
said
insists.
there was a
He
break
says that
in
with a
the
fang
Beyond,
does
which is
not
also called the
age,
Fade by the
as the
humans,
werewolves do.
and a
With a
spirit
fang,
from there went into
it's as
a...
much spirit as
a
it is
wolf.
beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot
He's,
even be
he's
slain.
saying it about
At
that
the very least,
specific.
it is
Okay.
old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself. The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees,
Oh no, ants.
the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see. Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died. No one knows. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new... It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. They are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a rat. One last... Two...
Is that a boy?
Yes.
Ugh.
I am Kamen, a hunter apprentice.
What is wrong with his
No, I wish I
cheeks? He
could
looks like
become a
he's
real
swallowing a couple golf balls in his mouth.
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand. I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. The real problem is Gaina.
Depth of field.
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Goodbye
You
then.
think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do. But the keeper said, no, I just can't. What if I encountered a werewolf? The keeper would know right away if I left camp. Masiranis for the offer, however. That's very kind of you. I suppose you could, but what good would that do? Wooing? I don't understand. A gift? No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Not before we're married. I've serenaded her, and we've talked many times under the moon. But that doesn't matter if I'm still an apprentice. Not to her. No, we've never done anything like that. Of course not. I'm not even bonded yet. I've never kissed anyone, not like that. Such as? No, I couldn't do that. I must kill the beast myself. So you would get a pelt for me? Why would you do that? I could reward you. I have a tome on our history written in the common tongue by the keeper. He gave it to my father before he died. If nothing, you could sell it. It must be worth something in the human lands. Then, I am very...
Got something to say?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That's the first time anything's happened in windowed mode. Woo! It just shut. Hey, but good thing you just quick saved. That's probably what crashed it, but...
Andera Natishan, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I would be the same in their place. They have just been...
It is not our intention to insult a Grey Warden. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has... None of us are... But I shouldn't speak too much about this, especially... Very well. It's odd to talk so free. My wife, Denilah, and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf. And that it is being kept from... If I could just know if Denilah is alive, or what happened to her. I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much. You have returned. Is there any
No, nor was I looking. Remember how I said I did a playthrough where I was just the biggest asshole I could be?
Yep.
I have picked that option before.
I shall.
So what are your thoughts about this place so far?
I mean, they
Hello.
just seem
I'm not afraid
kind
of you.
of
What a
bland.
great day
It is
like
begun.
Tell you the truth. Like, the other places we've been to, like, that felt like there actually was life. It just feels kind of lacking here.
Yes? What is it you need? Have you news? And what did she have to say? That's true. Hundreds of... Slowly the day... But I cannot say any more on that. I have. I do not wish to dwell on the past. Then I suggest you see Master. Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do. She was one of the first to succumb to the curse. Of course not. Athras is a grief-stricken man who seeks hope that does not exist. He will accept. Watch for the White Wolf. There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it. Go on, then.
This area feels so dead.
I think you'll love the dwarf,
Yeah,
dwarf place.
I understand they were just recently attacked and they're upset, but that does not preclude the necessity of a camp requires constant maintenance no matter what the situation is. Like, someone's studying these ruins, for God's sake.
Elves don't really study.
I mean...
They just tell their legends. That's about it. They just tell their legends and believe them. They don't study things. That's more of a human profession. Elves don't care about studying. They think they know everything already. They have a role, which is the keeper, which is literally to keep the knowledge and tell everyone the knowledge. And everyone just assumes the keeper knows everything. Why? Because that's what the keeper told them.
So I become the keeper and I say, alright, according to my knowledge of our history, we're supposed to kill all of humanity. That is what it was told to me. Let's go.
Yeah. The Dalish pretty blindly trust their keepers. That is the life of the Dalish.
Shit life.
I mean, you've spoken to some of these people. You're like, hey, what do you know about this? Like, I know what the keeper told me.
I don't
That's
know.
that's what literally half the people have said so far. I know what the Keeper told me.
And that the fact that they have no intention to finding out means they are, by definition, ignorant.
They don't feel ignorant, though. Why would they? They have the Keeper, and the Keeper knows everything. You're ignorant. Where's your Keeper?
Let's try not to get
Every human is keeper.
easy to get turned around in a place like this.
It has begun.
It has begun.
I see none of what has become. There it is. Okay. Do they not see?
Good to go.
Damn, that can shoot far. Oh, but the angle didn't work out.
Yeah.
Wolves!
Ah! Was that necessary?
Yes. It's an earthquake. You live in California.
Oh boy.
When you get the Arcane Warrior, you can actually make yourself kind of tanky. If you so choose.
Let's make this quick. Your time to die.
Let's make this hurt. You fall. Very well.
Actually, now that I think about it, I want to spend like the next hour doing tactics. If you wouldn't mind helping me with that.
I didn't use these too much. One of the main things I use them for is literally just setting up their ability to, like, drink potions.
Mm-hmm.
If you're tactics like, hey, let me, add something here so that when I use this, you do that. I didn't do much of that.
Yeah, like I want Alistair to constantly be doing. Or I guess I already did it for me. And collecting
what do you think this is? The Witcher 3?
Walk on water?
Yeah,
It has
man.
begun.
You think this is the third Witcher game? That's some advanced shit right there.
Remember when games were like, oh, you can't swim, but you let me drive in the water and kill myself? Yeah.
It's a bear!
I'm sorry, Yogi. I have to do this.
Enough.
Damn it, Leilania.
Yes.
Liliana might have a way to set up presets so you can get her to using the bow when you want her to, as opposed to not. It's a dialogue.
Oh.
Fooled you though, huh? Dude, when I first saw this as a kid, it scared the shit out of me. I ran away, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
Truly, my brothers and sisters. The daily send a human of all things to repay us for our attack, to put us in our place. What bitter irony.
Irony.
And this is different every time you pick.
Mm-hmm.
Every different race you pick, this is a different dialogue.
You speak to Swift Runner. I lead my cursed brothers and sisters. Turn back now. Go back to the Dalish and tell them that you have failed. Tell them we will gladly watch them suffer the same curse We have suffered for too long. We will watch them pay. That we do. How dare they send you here against us? Turn and leave while you still have the chance. No, there shall be no talk. You invade our forest, and you insult us with your talk. Come, brothers and sisters! Swift Runner calls you to battle! Drive this invader from our midst! Enough! The forest has eyes of its own, and it shall deal with you. You have been warned.
Watch these.
Goodbye.